This time I'm doing a taper on a crop top. A lot of y'all requested this cut, so here you go. The before look on my boy Ramiro. So first you comb down the hair, make it all even. And first guideline is the ball line. So I use my trimmers. I tend to put this in an oval shape. You go up like 1/2 inch. I take out my Andes shavers and I shave underneath that where I want the trimmer, leaving it extra bald. And I use my wall open and I go up like 1/2 inch, not too high. What I'll do is I flick out. The reason I went down is because he has some hair that grows going up, so I cut down so it cuts that side easily and even. So I put my number 1 on, going up like 1/2 inch. Keep on going over the same spot. As you can see, it's like an oval shape. So I close it and I hit that one guideline. So it'll be easier to take out. And I open up a little bit more. So after this step, I grab my 1/16 guard, open, and I hit that line right there, flicking out. Don't put your clippers too hard on the head because you will leave a guideline. So just flick it out. So I close it halfway, flick out again. I'd be using my corners here, don't use your whole blade. So use your corners. Using your corners will be easier to hit spots where it's like dark. And I close the whole blade, flicking it out, taking out the last little bit of the line from the one guard. Clean off your client so the hair won't be all over them, making them itchy. So here, I go with the guard closed, hitting that line that I made, the ball line. Yeah, go close, hitting it, flicking it out. Like go up to the line and flick out. Don't go over that line. And I open it halfway, flicking out, using the corners of my blade. And I do this until I reach the full blade, yeah. Just open up the blade. You can see the taper coming in already, but there's a few more steps to blend it into the hair. So here I use my 2 guard, open, and I flick into the hair. You gotta flick into the hair, so the hair will fall right on top of that blend. And you always gotta comb down the hair so the hair can come back to its natural position, so that every hair will be cut equally. And then I close it, flicking up again. Then I put on my 3/16 guard, open, keeping that finger on there again. Yeah, flicking up to that line. You can see that dark line that was left from the 2 and the 1. So just flick that up. And same thing while doing this, then go close halfway, flicking out using the corners, then closing it all the way. So right here, I'll be playing with the lever. I close it, open it halfway, and open it with the full blade. Now I'm doing detail work, checking where there's dark spots, opening up the blade and closing it while I go using the corners of it. So now I start on the right side taper. Same thing, start out with my Babyliss gold trimmers. I go like a rainbow-like shape. As you can see, it's like an oval shape. I start off like that, taking it down. And I use my shavers, cutting it down. Cut it, razor ball down. I use my guard open, going up 1/2 inch, a circle, half circle, as you can see. I go over it several times and I slap on the number one guard, going like half an inch up, not too much, you can see. And I grab my number 2 guard and flicking into the hair on top. So like a C motion, flicking it into the hair. Every time I do that, I comb the hair back down so I stay in position. Now I grab my 3/16 guard and blade open. I use my corner of the blades and blending in the 1 guard into the 2. Same thing, I close it halfway, flicking out. Number 1 guard closed, flicking. Now I grab my 1/16 guard, open, flicking into the number 1 guard. And same thing, closing halfway and closing until the line is out. Now my blade closed, I flick into the ball line, flicking out. Same thing, I open the blade halfway, flicking until the line is gone. So to make the lineup more cleaner, I always run the number 2 closed on the side of the head, flicking out. As you can see, this cuts off all the excess long hair on the side of the hair. So I do detail work. I go back with the 3/16 guard. So this is an extra step I do to make my blended fine guidelines I need to blend out. And for this side, it's the same exact steps as the other side. So I'll just speed this part up. So for the lineup part, my fault, y'all. This was a terrible angle. You can't really see where the blade is hitting. But I always start off at the end, working my way up. I lightly tap on it, creating the line. And to have the perfect curve around the ear, put your finger and putting the ear down, using the corner of your blades, go around the ear lightly. Don't press too hard because this is a sensitive part. And if you press too hard, it will end up cutting them. It all depends how sharp your trimmers are. So this side is a perfect view. So as you can see, I start off at the end, working my way up, putting my finger on the earlobe, pulling it to the side so you'll have more space to see where you're working with. Once again, my fault for the terrible camera angle. It was bad, but I'll make sure to do a better angle next video. So for the lineup part, comb the whole hair down. In this case, it's bangs. Start off in the middle. How I do it, start off in the middle, cutting it to the right. So starting off in the middle, cutting to the right side of the head. Turning my trimmer over, marking that little 90-degree box right there. Now going to the left now. You can see how straight that hairline is. Now turning the trimmer over, marking the little box on the other side too. You gotta take your time doing the front lines because this is like the overall of the cut, so people will see. Now for the hook, same thing. I lightly tap, use the corner of my blades, making like a C shape. So you basically like draw a C on the side. That's how I see it, and it will be easier for you. So same thing on this other side. I use my comb to set where I would set the hook on the other side to make it even. Use the corners, drawing that C. Horrible angle. I'm sorry, y'all. So I take out my thinning shears, my cutting shears. These aren't the regular shears, so these have the little teeth on it, so it'll cut down and blend in the hair. So I use this to blend, basically for this cut, to blend the top hair into the fade better. So I do this around the head, blending the top hair into the fade with these scissors. Now you can see how evenly the hair falls into the fade. My fault, YouTube, I couldn't finish the video. I was about to show the part where I razored him, but somebody was calling me so many times and it stopped the video, so I couldn't catch that. But basically, that was the end of the cut, and here's the final look.